What's up, guys? I'm Manshika, and welcome to All Things Entertainment. I recently watched the movie 1917, and it's one hell of a movie. I know that I'm late to the party, but you shouldn't be. So, if you're watching this video right now, you should check out the movie and spend your 1 hour and 45 minutes or so being entertained. And this movie is for all those people who are into drama movies, war films, or British movies, or action movies, British guys, British accents, Richard Madden. Yeah, like 5 minutes for those people. Also, for people who are a lot into cinematography or filmmaking, any aspect of film for that matter, or people like me who just love watching movies no matter what. So, if you come in any of these categories, you need to watch the movie 1917. 1917 is a British war drama movie directed by Sam Mendes, starring George MacKay and Dean Charles Chapman as the lead actors. And it talks about the First World War, where two young British soldiers are ordered to deliver a message calling off an attack doomed to fail soon after the German retreat to Hindenburg Line during Operation Alberic in 1917. This message is especially essential for one of the soldiers, as his elder brother is in the second battalion of that force.
It is a direct order to call off tomorrow morning's attack.
And as soon as he receives the order of delivering the message to stop the war, man, do they just walk right off? Yes, they do.
Blake, let's talk about this for a minute.
Why?
This movie received 10 Oscar nominations alongside Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and The Irishman, making it the second movie to get most nominations after Joker, which received 11 nominations in the 92nd Academy Awards. That was a long sentence. It won 3 Oscars, one for cinematography, one for visual effects, and one for sound mixing. Golden Globes for Best Motion Picture Drama, Best Director, and 7 BAFTAs out of the 9 it was nominated for. A couple of them being Best Cinematography, Best Film, etc. This movie is totally worth your time. I can bet that. It showed a time span of 1 day, and it was shot in one shot, that is also known as continuous shot or long shot. Now, one shot movies are created either in one shot, that is in one take, or to give the look that they have been shot in one shot. So the editing is so perfect in these kinds of movies that you just think that wow, this 2 hour long movie has been shot in the time span of 2 hours, which is not true, because a lot of pre-production and planning and thoughts and rehearsals go into these kinds of movies, especially in 1917. 4 months of rehearsals uh, went down in this movie. A year and a half's pre-production planning. They actually took a barren land and made a set out of it, which is a very big thing, because to have that idea in mind, to implement it, and they actually created miniatures for every set, which is a fantastic which is so fantastic and mind-blowing that you actually think that what brilliant people we have in this world. Roger Deakins, being the cinematographer on this film, teamed up with Sam Mendes for 1917, and previously too they have worked in movies like Jarhead. Fun fact, Tom Holland was supposed to be a part of the movie, but later was decided not to be. Again, both the lead actors were the kind of actors who weren't typecasted. So, for example, as I said, Tom Holland, we all know him to be as Spider-Man. other actors in this movie who had very, very small roles of like, say, 5 minutes or so, being Colin Firth, Andrew Scott, Mark Strong, Richard Madden, and Benedict Cumberbatch. All these actors have actually been typecasted. So, for example, whenever the name Benedict Cumberbatch pops up, I have two thoughts: Doctor Strange, Sherlock Holmes. Whenever the word Andrew Scott pops up, I have a word Moriarty. Whenever the word Colin Firth pops up, I just connect with the movie Kingsman or Bridget Jones for that matter. As soon as the word Richard Madden pops up, I'm like, yeah, Scottish, handsome, nice jawline, beautiful eyes, and a nice physique, and good accent, nice voice, and am I repeating those things? I don't know. And the guy from The Bodyguard, and the guy from Cinderella, and the guy who's going to be a part of the Marvel Universe. Yes, I mean, all those things come in my mind, right? So, Mark Strong, the guy from Imitation Game, and the guy from Kingsman again. So, yes, none of these actors, though they have played good roles, but they haven't been typecasted. When we see them, we think of them as soldiers. Like when we watch the movie, we think of them, okay, they're just two British soldiers, and we do not think that, oh, Spider-Man is playing a soldier, or oh, Doctor Strange is playing a soldier. No, that thought does not come into our minds, which is a good thing. Another thing being that I actually linked all these actors with one another in some way or the other. This is a crazy thought, but it's my mind, so I'm going to tell you about it. Okay, Richard Madden, part of Marvel Universe, so is Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch, part of Imitation Game, so is Mark Strong. Benedict Cumberbatch, part of Sherlock Holmes, so is Andrew Scott. Mark Strong, being a part of Imitation Game, is also a part of Kingsman. Kingsman, Colin Firth is also part of Kingsman. And yes, that's where it ends, I guess. I believe I've made everyone related to each other. Okay, coming to the director, Sam Mendes is an amazing director. Yeah, what else can I say? This man made Jarhead, the movie I watched a couple of years ago, and the blurred memory I have of the movie was amazing. That's what I have in mind. But I do not remember the exact scenes from the movie. But I do remember how the characters felt in the movie, what their emotions were, what their expressions were. This thing about Sam Mendes that he takes a lot of time to build the character is amazing, because in these kind of movies we do need that. In war movies we do need the characters to be strong, to show different expressions, to show different emotions, to go through different shit. They can be strong at one point, whereas on the other they can cry. They can have a lot of emotions flowing through, because they do in real life. Soldiers do. They can fight with each other, but at the same time they stand up. They stand with each other. So we know that whenever Sam Mendes makes a movie, he actually puts a lot of thought into it, a lot of work into it, a lot of ideas into it, and that's amazing. That's deserving of all the Oscars that he has actually got, that he has actually received. Um, he brings out the attention to detail. Actually, in every movie, there is a lot of attention to detail. So yes, that's my opinion on the movie 1917, and I really think you should watch it because it's one hell of a movie, as I've already mentioned. And yes,